You don't open up the same.
Wait, are we doing?
We're gonna do an open mouth.
Okay.
We're gonna do an open mouth.
Not stick your tongue out.
Okay, so according to the information, you're going to start by having your patient comfortable, because this is a picture, and that's a 10 by 12, isn't it?
Yes,
okay,
it
let's
is.
put an 8 by 10 in there, crosswise, flash marker up. And go ahead and put your marker on it, and I made markers. Are they drawn?
I think they're on the other.
I can't believe it.
These all can be done standing up also, right?
It would be done standing up. But because we're going to take forever, because we're demonstrating, then why not have the patient comfortable? What a concept, I know. Okay, where'd the tape go?
Wait, it stopped right here. I was wondering if it.
You see, where'd the tape go? Aha, there's some tape out here. Martina, did you get this tape?
Hold this towards you for a minute. Just take it out of detent for a second, and you can put it back, you know?
Okay, no,
You wanna
before
see
you
it
do
for a
that,
minute?
why do you want to do that?
Oh, I was just because the line doesn't.
Then move the table over. Isn't that
Oh.
easier? Then, because every time you will pull it out of detent, you run the risk of not putting it back in. Okay, so here's a marker, and we're going to go ahead and put the marker on the image receptor, and you say, how do I know? Because I'm collimated so little.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
This confuses me. All right, so I have, this is 10 inches, right? And I coned to 5, so that means there's 2.5 inches on either side.
Yes.
Right? Everybody there? That's how you want to think when you're doing your small collimation. And I'm going to put it sideways because I want to. Okay, so now I'm ready to go. I don't have to pull this out again because from here on now out, I'm just going to move her in the tabletop.
We're doing open mouth right now.
So we're going to do open mouth. So you're going to position her so that Jessica's going to tell you what she should do.
Mouth. Yeah.
Okay, but how is she going to, yeah, okay, so mid-mouth, so adjust the light to mid-mouth. Well, I think the table moves.
Well, it's...
Here's a sponge for your knees if you want to straighten it out and let them rest. Okay.
Open your mouth.
I knew we had tape.
A little bit more towards...
There. You're good. Okay. Now, you may not need that sponge, but
For the neck or for the?
for her head. But we'll see when we get up there. Okay, so what's the next thing you want to do?
Open your mouth. Are you? Wait,
Well, what
is
are
she
we going to
telling
do?
me
She's
or am
going
I?
to tell you, yeah. What is she going to do?
Open mouth. Open the mouth. Don't look inside. Oh, and then shield the vision.
And we'd put a full shield on her if we had one.
We'll pretend this extends. There we go.
That's full shield.
Now what?
Right where her organs are.
Now what? What's the next thing you want to do?
Make sure that it's
She did that already. Now what?
Hands on the
I'm
side.
gonna make the
She's got
this and this.
Okay. Now, I'm glad you closed your mouth because obviously they told you to open your mouth too
Yeah.
quickly.
Oh, and also
Okay.
when you suppose you have supposed to say the patient do
Oh yeah, you all don't understand the notes here. I get that. Okay, so here's what you want to do. Think this. All right, so here I have her. The next thing I want to do is line her head up. So slightly open your mouth, and I can just slightly, just kind of. So I can. Here's her mastoid tip right there. Here's the occiput right here. Right there.
I'm sorry.
There's her teeth. So I'm going to take the sponge out. We don't need the sponge for her. So raise your head and put your head down. Okay, I have to get this way. And I did do my hands, okay? So all I'm doing is I have my finger on her occipital protuberance. Open your mouth just a little bit. And now I'm seeing her incisors. And I'm going to tell her, just kind of slowly bring your chin up, but keep your mouth open. Good, right there. And that looks good to me right there.
So we want the
Close your
surgeon
mouth.
to get out where the occiput.
So it'd be at the just below the occipital protuberance. Okay. So I can now have her close her mouth, and from here, because I know where the occiput is, I know I need to center about an inch higher. So now I'm not going to push her. So I'm gonna move the table.
It doesn't
But it doesn't move anymore.
Does it move anymore? Okay, so hang on. Good. That's probably good enough. This from here, I can do that. Now I have to see if the mid-sagittal plane is still, you're good right there. Okay, now, I want you to notice how I'm getting down here, right at the level of the patient. When we start doing head work, if you don't do it this way, you will not be able to see your baselines. So that looks good there. I can go back here, and I've set my techniques. Oh, I forgot to set my technique. Okay, technique set. Okay, so now I can come back here and open your mouth just a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, now what I'm going to have you do, not just yet, is I'm going to have you open your mouth as wide as you can and say, ah, and I'll take the picture, but just keep saying, ah, okay? All right. All right. Open your mouth as wide as you can. I'm holding her head so she doesn't move it. I'm good, I'm happy there. All right, ah, keep saying ah. Okay, relax your mouth and your head. Piece of cake, okay?
It's really not.
It is.